Welcome back to Megaman 11 speedrun tutorial. After Wily 2, we're going to see some rather familiar faces again. Now, some of these refights uses the same strats as shown before, so if you need more detailed explanation of those boss fights, please watch the previous tutorial videos. Bounce, Acid, Fuse and Blast will use the same strat. That said, let's get right into it and bounce from one capsule to another. It's refight time. There are multiple ways you can start this short stage, but I personally end up using one of these two. The first one is the default strat, which makes sure you have enough impact for the rest of the stage, while the other one is pretty much all in, where you hope for a lucky drop. For the default strat, start buffering your impact, power gear and rapid fire, firing one power impact right after teleporting in. Quickly change to block and allow Megaman to fall down a bit while holding right. Then fire one power block to destroy the lyrics and the fire starter on the ground. Turn off your power gear and change to impact. Slide 5 times. Do a mini jump onto the first step, followed by a long jump. Fire one normal impact. Flick on your power gear and fire one power impact to reach the door. Slide to exit. For the all-in strat, you don't necessarily have to buffer anything before teleporting in, though you'll change to impact soon after, so might as well. That said, change to impact and slide once, then do a medium jump before the edge. You can use this line as your visual cue. Do not allow Megaman to go over it, otherwise you'll hit the ceiling with your next impact shots. After aligning Megaman, fire 2 normal impacts and flick on your power gear, followed by 2 power impacts. Quickly change to block and fire one power block to destroy the lyrics and the last fire starter. Slide once to the very edge of the step and jump to collect the possible drop from the second lyric. You won't get it just by sliding, so jumping here is necessary. Slide twice to exit the screen. Also, like stated before, this is all in, and you're trying to save every possible frame you can. If you didn't get lucky with drops, you will have to change your impact strats in the refight room, and most likely will have to cut the impact usage altogether between the capsules. One last thing before we enter the real refights. You can use one normal or power impact in this room depending on your impact energy. Only if you got lucky in the previous room though, no matter which strat you used. Great visual cue here is this line here. If your impact energy aligns with the line, you have enough for the rest of the stage. Now, if you have more than that, use the extra here. You'll have to slide to fall down if you end up using a normal impact, but with power impact you can stay still and fire one power impact, perfectly aligning yourself for the pit. Just make sure you don't spend too much energy and go past that line I mentioned. 3 bars of energy for normal impact, 4 for power impact. After you start to fall, change to Tundra and hug the right wall. So these are the refight capsules, and they're actually aligned in weakness order. Block, Acid, Impact, Bounce, Fuse, Tundra, Torch and Blast. Acid is weak to Block, Impact is weak to Acid, Bounce is weak to Impact, and so on. A fact you clearly didn't need to know, but I needed to say it either way. Alright, enough with the mumbling. Keep holding right and jump up to bonk your head against the top of the teleporter. This saves a whole frame if you do so. Just like at the very beginning of the speedrun, we're going to start with Impact Man. The fight is slightly different here and we're going to start off with the Power Tundra shot. So after entering the capsule, buffer your power gear and rapid fire to shoot one Power Tundra. Quickly change to Buster by either summoning Coil or pressing your right analog stick. Keep at 5 for keyboard users. Start charging. Now as you know, Impact can either jump or charge, and he won't use the same attack 3 times in a row. If he jumps, keep your power gear on and dodge his attempt to stomp you by moving right. I tend to do a quick slide too, but that's nothing you should worry about. After Impact Man recovers from the jump and stands back up, jump and fire your first power buster. Don't release too early or you will most likely hit his iframes. Flick off your power gear to let it cool down a bit. From this point forward, the rest of the fight goes just as in the stage fight. If he charges, jump over him, and just before impact hits the wall, flick on your power gear and start charging your second power buster shot. Stay in the middle of the room and jump shoot when Impact Man is starting to recover. Quickly flick your power gear off and on before starting your final power buster charge. Wait until he's basically right on top of you, jump left and right after touching the ground, turn around and release. Flicking your speed gear so the red buster shot can hit him. Practically the same fight if he decides to charge instead of jumping. Buffer your power Tundra by holding a rapid fire and power gear, then change to buster and start charging. Jump over him and after he recovers from the wall hit, release and turn off your power gear. Now move right a bit so you're prepared for the next move, whether it's a jump or a charge. If it's a charge, jump over him again and flick on your power gear right before he hits the wall. The rest you should know by now. After killing Impact, hold right and summon Jet. Jump on him. Ride Jet for a moment so you'll cross the little gap. Change to Impact before entering the next fight. Bounce Man fight is exactly the same with the stage fight. Start by buffering your power gear. Take a step forward and fire one power impact using your normal fire button. Keep that button held after hitting bounce and change to buster. Do not move anywhere and let your charge finish. Then jump and release to hit bounce twice. Flick your power gear off and back on. Change back to impact and walk left. Slide under the bouncing ball. When Bounce Man is near the center of the room, jump and fire one power impact to finish the fight. Exactly the same as in the stage. Some capsules are perfectly aligned for our power impact, even though you do have to turn around here. That said, turn to face left, flick on your power gear and fire one power impact to reach the next capsule. I usually hold left after leaving the bounce capsule and quickly press power gear and rapid fire, then hold right to enter the acid capsule in case I overshot my power impact. Just before entering, make sure you change to block. Notice, you cannot buffer inputs when you're coming out from the capsules. Just like Bounce, Acid Man's fight is the same in Refights. Buffer your power gear. Take 2 steps forward and fire one power block using your normal fire button to destroy Acid Man's shield and hit him once. Keep holding the same button and change to Buster so you can start charging immediately. Walk right in front of him and once your charge is ready, release. Briefly flick your power gear off and back on, then start charging another power buster shot. Wait until Acid Man stands up and walk to the middle of the room. Turn around and release your charge shot. Again, flick your power gear off and back on. Change to block and fire one power block before he dives. Now turn off your power gear. Slide and turn on your power gear one last time until turning around to fire one power block to finish the fight. Don't fire too early though. Let his iframes to wear out first. Hold left and summon Jet. Jump on him. Ride Jet for a moment and change to bounce before entering the next capsule.
What are you doing here? He'll drop you like a ton of bricks.
Now, Blockman's fight is slightly different and you'll have to pay attention to your manual detonation timing here. Start the fight by buffering your power gear and rapid fire. Also hold right so your bounce balls gets directed forward. After your power bounce shot, walk right so you'll avoid getting stomped by him. Flick off your power gear and change to blast. Turn to face him and throw out 3 normal blast bombs. Manually detonate them when Blockman straightens his left arm. Turn right immediately and hold your rapid fire to throw 4 bombs towards the right wall. After the 4th bomb, change to Buster and start charging. Now simply wait until you have the fully powered Buster Shot ready to go. Walk right next to him and release to finish the fight. You don't have a lot of time to work with here, so make sure you're fast enough with the manual detonation and changing back to Buster. Practice this a lot, especially since the manual detonation timing is so much different compared to the stage fight one. Slide right and change to bounce. Another slide left until jumping up to bonk your head against the top of the teleporter again.
How can I refuse? Let's air this out.
Fuse is also the same, no changes here. Start the fight by buffering your power gear and rapid fire. Also holding right so you won't shoot your bounce shots anywhere else except straight forward. Slide and summon coil. Start charging immediately and walk past the bottom spark. When you see the top spark disappearing, release your power buster shot and flick your speed gear before turning your power gear back on. Avoid getting hit by the electric trail and jump on coil, then release your second power buster shot to hit fuse again. Flick your power gear off for a moment until Megaman touches the ground, then turn it back on. Start charging your final power buster shot and dodge the attack. Summon coil and jump on him, releasing your power buster shot right after Fuseman appears again. Change to fuse and slide once, then jump to bonk your head again.
It's showtime! You're skating on thin ice.
Now, Tundra fight is slightly different and we're going to use his weakness here. Start by buffering your power gear and rapid fire. Megaman will shoot one power fuse downward. Press up while still having rapid fire held, making Megaman to shoot the next fuse upward. The moment you see the top fuse hitting the ceiling, change to Buster and start charging your power buster. Wait until your charge is ready and release. Now change back to fuse and jump right next to him. Wait until Tundra starts to get back up and fire one power fuse to finish the fight. Do not fire too early to hit the iframes or too late, otherwise he will jump back and start his speed gear phase. This is the easiest power impact in the entire stage. Stay still and do not move anywhere after teleporting back in. Change to impact, flick on your power gear and fire one power impact, allowing you to enter the next capsule without taking a single step. Make sure you change to Tundra before entering.
You made it, now prove yourself! Prepare yourself to feel the heat! Torch Jutsu!
Torchman can absolutely ruin your run if you're not paying attention to his pattern. Make sure you're ready to dodge if he ends up giving you the dive kick pattern. Start the fight by buffering your power gear and rapid fire. Megaman will fire one power Tundra. Change to Buster and start charging. Stay still for a moment just to see what kind of a pattern he's going to give you. If he's going to use his flaming fists, simply slide under the first one and medium jump, then release your power buster shot. Only the red buster shot needs to hit here. Now change back to Tundra and move right next to him. Wait a bit until you see this flame sphere disappearing. Then fire one normal Tundra to hit him. Flick on your power gear. Wait until he throws his next attack and fire one power Tundra to finish the fight. In case he does end up doing the dive kick pattern, move away or simply slide to dodge it. Then continue the fight normally. Power Buster, normal Tundra, power Tundra. The fastest pattern is where he jumps right next to you and tosses out one flaming fist. Jump over it. Release your power buster shot. Normal Tundra, power Tundra. Keep your Tundra selected. Slide once and bonk your head against the top again.
I've got a pretty short fuse!
What's wrong?
Don't be a dud!
Nothing is different in the blast fight either. Buffer your power gear and rapid fire to shoot one power Tundra. Summon coil and start charging. Now walk right here. This is your safe zone. Release your first power buster shot once fully charged. Briefly flick your power gear off and back on. Start charging your second shot. Move left and jump on coil. Then release your second power buster shot mid-air once fully charged. Flick your power gear off and back on again and start charging your final power buster shot. Move to the same spot and once charged, release and flick your speed gear. You can just quickly toggle it on and back off to finish the fight.
Flash in the pan!
After teleporting back in, change to impact and flick on your power gear, then fire one power impact to reach the last teleport. Basically do the exact same thing you did after bounce. The distance between these two teleporters are perfect for one power impact. That's it! You're done with the refights. I strongly recommend using the playground to practice the refight. They are extremely technical and one mistake can waste so much time.
I see your boy!
You wanna bounce with me? Bounce time!
You've ruined my new concoction! I'll melt you to the last vote! So what y'all getting here? He'll drop you like a ton of bricks! Let's finish this! Stone Cold!
You scrambled my electrons. Assault and battery. Speed.
Blackout!
It's showtime! You're skating on thin ice. A grand finale!
You made it. Now prove yourself. Prepare yourself to feel the heat. Torch Jutsu! Power gear! Torch Jutsu forever! I've got a pretty short fuse!
What's wrong?
Don't be a dud! Flash in the pan!